Paul Hamler here in Blairsville, Georgia. Those of you who saw Keith Rucker's videos that he filmed up here last week, we mentioned that we were going to try to do some videos here to share some of the ideas and techniques I've picked up over the years. Well, this is going to be my first attempt, so you guys be easy on me. One of the things, the first video I decided to do on chair scrapes, and following this quick, hopefully quick introduction, we got a video already filmed showing the making of a chair scrape. Now, what's the difference between a chair scrape and a spokeshave? A spokeshave typically has a heftier blade sharpened like a plane iron or a draw knife that's mounted in a wooden handle or a handle. A scraper looks very similar until you start looking close, and you'll notice the blade is vertical. The blade in a scraper is in effect a micro low angle block plane that without a chip breaker after it's been sharpened and a burr has turned on it. We'll talk more about the burr or the cutting edge and how to do it later. But all of these Spokeshave, I think there's about 30 on the table in front of me. We'll show some close-ups here soon. We're all craftsman made except two. Not a lot of companies manufacture them. Most of them were craftsman made. Every one of the chair scrapes has three individual parts: the body or the wood, the blade, and what I'm going to refer to as a cap. It's the portion that holds the blade to the body. It can be wood, it can be brass or steel. I've seen them in all different configurations. Why do you use a chair scrape versus a spokeshave? A chair scrape is more forgiving on curly, knot, hard to plane woods. It's got knots and crotch changing grain, etc. It's more forgiving and easier to control. The scraper can be sharpened quite a bit faster. Once the burr gets dull and it quits cutting, you can resharpen it very quickly, 6 or 8 times before you have to go through the complete sharpening process. You also have profile flexibility. The chair scrape we're going to make in the following video is a flat bottom. Now, I'll put in the picture inserts. On the table here there are 4 unique profiles. One's a concave, a convex, a curve, and a tapered V. So you got more flexibility in making a chair scrape than you do with a spokeshave. The other thing is the depth control. Typically on a spokeshave, they come in a couple different flavors, but this particular one here, you turn the screws on the top of the shave to raise and lower the blade for the depth of cut. On a chair scrape, it's done relatively easy with the control and the feel of your hands as you're cutting and pulling it into the wood by how much you bite or set the burr into the wood. And again, we'll demonstrate that here shortly. The ability to resharpen these guys so fast is, I think, probably one of the best advantages, because there's a lot of guys want their plane irons or spoke shavings to be extremely sharp, which I don't have a problem with that, but you end up spending more time preparing and sharpening than you do getting work done. The name, sometimes they call them chair devils or gun scrapes, but it's a scraper blade that's put into a piece of wood or a handle. The sharpening process varies a little bit on the sharpening of a chair scrape versus a card scraper. Your card scrapers are typically sharpened, filed and honed at a 90-degree edge before you turn the burr. On any type of scraper that goes into a body or a wooden handle, generally you plane it 30 to 45 degrees before you turn that burr on. More than anything, it orients what I refer to as the micro plane, micro low angle plate. It orients it in a crisper direction for the burr to bite into the wood. That's the primary reason plus it gives you a little bit stronger burr and edge than you can obtain with a 90 degree. The thing that's unique about all these chair scrapes on the table, all of them but one, the blade is mounted vertical, which is traditionally the way they was done. And they had the three parts, the body, the cap, and the blade. The chair scrape that we chose for the project is a rather unique one. It's a Craftsman-made shave, but it does not have a cap. What he did when he made this thing, he drilled two holes and then went in one of the holes with a coping saw and slit the hickory and put two retainer screws that would enable the hickory to be pinched once the blade was put in, and pinched and hold the blade in place, performing the same function as the cap on that's included in all the rest of the shaves or the scrapes on the table. Here's the one we copied. Here's the final product, and we'll show the video here following. One of the reasons I chose this as a project, it can be made with very simple tools, a drill and a coping saw and a file. Now, in the filming process of manufacturing this guy, I used quite a few machines in the shop and showed some techniques that some of you may or may not have seen. So we made it a little crisper, a little cleaner, a little prettier than the original. If we have time, we will install a brass wear sole on this one and also do some wire inlay. If not, we'll cover that in a later video. The source of blades to insert and use in a chair scrape like we make, you could use cardstock, the old Craftsman. I guarantee you 60% of these Craftsman made ones on the table have a saw blade in them. Anything that's good high-speed steel, 1095 steel, a quick test is take it to a grinding wheel and touch it. If you get a flurry of sparks, typically that will be a good scraper blade. What we're going to do now is we're going to stop the video, reposition the camera, and I'm going to demonstrate just a couple of passes and compare the chair scrape to a Spokeshave on a piece of stubborn wood. We've got a piece of cedar in the vise here, and it's oriented to where it doesn't like the grain duration. And it's doing a lot of tear out and putting a rough finish. I could turn the piece of wood around and it would plane smooth. However, with the chair scrape, I don't have any problem at all once I get past the gouges and the tear outs that the Spokeshave, the Spokeshave put in there. Now, you can use this tool on a push or where you at, Grace, or a pull operation. Obviously, I do better pulling it, but for the camera, you see better when I'm pushing it. A little metal one I made years ago works well. And if you want a smaller one, we've got a little one. Believe it or not, I use this quite a bit in some of the miniature projects. Thought I would make a quick pass here with the one that we made to show you that it works pretty good. The one we made in the video, the antique one we used to copy it. Okay, now that everybody's caught their breath after that breathtaking demonstration of a chair scrape, we're going to go right into the video. Real quick point after the video, I'm going to try to do a quick closing and talk to you a little bit about some of the future some of the future videos I have planned. So with that, let's go watch this guy being manufactured. more? Are you still running? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a problem. Okay. All right, cut it, man, cut it. Right. Let's go ahead and start now. All right, zoom in a little. Okay guys, that's about it. We're going to wrap it up here. We didn't have enough time to do the wire inlay, but I will do a separate video not only on wire inlay but some different techniques. There's 4 or 5 different wire inlay techniques that I've developed and used over the years in making the tools. Also we'll try to incorporate into that how to make the custom tools for doing the wire inlay. And if you want more information on sharpening a scraper blade, there's probably 10,000 people that have a different idea of how to do it, and just Google scraper blade sharpening, and you know, some of them are overkills, but some of them are fairly respectable. So just Google sharpening a card scraper or sharpening a scraper insert, and you should get some information out there. And also, if you go out to my smug mug, it's hamlertools.smugmug.com. I'll try to post it on the links on the YouTube if I can figure out how to get to doing that. You got to remember now, you got to cut me some slack here. This is my very first video, and I'm still in the learning process. I know how to post it because I did post a test one the other day at private. So thank all you guys that's pre-subscribed to the Paul Hamler YouTube channel, and we got a lot of future videos. I put together a list of some things that I think would be interesting videos. Most of them are going to be a lot, shorter videos than this one. I'm going to try to keep them, 10 to 15 minutes. But just looking at my list, I have some ideas like custom threading. I've developed some techniques for threading wood and ivory, making hinges, miniature or full size, silver soldering, sanding blocks. We'll cover that, but one of the big pieces of doing the sanding blocks in a video is how to splice the sanding belts, whether it's for the sanding blocks or for expanding rubber wheel sander. Technique also applies. I can show you how to replace a broken drive belt on a South Bend lathe in less than 5 minutes. It's a phenomenal process. Stumbled into it last month. The Keith and I are going to work together in some type of collaboration. I'm not sure how we're going to do it, but we're going to do an investment casting video. And one that's near and dear to my heart is something I struggled with for years, is how to sharpen a V-Gouge. I have developed a process that is idiot proof. So we'll do that in a video. Also making square springs and other springs, and possibly one on mold making. So I got a whole list of material to choose from, but just bear with me and we'll try to learn this process, get a little better at it, and we'll hope to see you in the future, and thanks for watching.